貴族たちの古いしきたりなんて聞き流してちょうだい。いつか私みたいに何百条ものしきたりを暗記させられても本気にしなくていいから。騎士と貴族のしきたりは似ているわ。ただ騎士は小難しいとこは簡略化されているの。
¿Sabes?
裁きの雷律令直神道の権限呪言律令呪言風よ私に律令兵糧のようにうなれそれ砕け散れそれはいやそれ逃げ道はあり直呪言風の神わ大光意図美しきかな律令直呪言結晶せよ走行の王 よっ勢いあるね。
ひどいし。
Run away, bitches!
Yep.
あCimba las tikus gitu.
貴族たちの古いしきたりなんて聞き流して。
星とし無事今日の依頼。星とし
裁きのイカチョック律令。いざここより弱滅の時出鉄か。 よ逃げ道はあります。はあ風よ私直律令有限なる来店呪言律令直いざ律令見切りました。無我の境地せっやっ裁きの怒り呪言チョック風の神我振動の権限呪言律令呪言粉々よ憲兵王は立つへいやっ砕け散れ
Bro.
よっえい
逃げ道は律令ここより弱滅の時風よ私に呪言律令来光意図美しきかな呪言いざ決闘せよ稲光すなわち永遠なりせっ見切りました律令直兵糧のようにうなれよっよっやるわね律令呪言律剣に誓う振動の権限呪言律令呪言それ逃げ道はあります直呪言ここより弱滅の時裁きの雷律令直いざ勝負風よ有限なる来店律令呪言律粉々よやっよっわめきなさい憲兵王は立つよっ目には目をはっへい呪言律令直よっ見切りました呪言直
Ini somehow tak kuat dia punya hand why?
風の神来光意図美しきかな律令呪言律 面倒じゃない。逃げ道はあります。粉々よ、走行のオン。へい、砕け散れ。やっふっ、へい、はっ、早く。律令呪言、剣に誓う。神道の権限。律令ショック。律令見切りました。稲光、すなわち永遠なり。
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesdays.
えい。
チョック、呪言、チョック。いざ。よっ。ふっ。やっ。呪言、律令、呪言。来光意図美しきかな。チョック、律令、呪言。
わめきなさい。やっ。風よ、私なかなか。決闘せよ、憲兵。王は立つ。目には目を。へい、それ。
いざ。チョック。有限なる来光。呪言。
いざ、わめきなさい。やっ。それ。
逃げ道はあります。チョック、呪言、チョック。
風の神。
粉々よ。ここより弱滅の時。ふっふっふっ、裁きの雷。律令、神道の権限。呪言、律令。
わめきなさい。風よ、私に答え。へい、兵糧のようにうなれ。はっ、よっ。へい、はっ、早く。はっ、よっ。
チョック。
決闘せよ。
有限なる来光。律令、呪言。
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Terkejut aku. No! Oh. Oh yes, today is my birthday, so I don't actually remember my birthday. It was craziest day for me also. So many things happened, and these small things make small changes. So honestly, thank you so much. Still have all the birthday cake. I love you though, really. Malu hadam jadi je coding tu. Understand man. Sweet emotion.
Alright guys, I'm gonna set up my camera. Yeah. Oh my god, look at my Maple story, guys. I played with y'all for the first time, bro. I mean that's okay. At least like I know who you are. But like if you join someone and you like everyone completely don't know who you are, then that's different. But
Malu hadam maya banda Mikau artikan. Thank you, Svets. Thank you. Thank you so much. But we have a blessing day, honestly. This is the only thing that I can wish.
Normally I request 2 cases for review. That is so that I can highlight multiple color options and maybe bring out some inconsistencies in color surfaces, but also it makes my job so much more efficient because before I go inside and tell you about all the features, I've already actually in most cases have built a system, understand what's going on, understand the drawbacks and the positives, because that's the only way you can actually understand what the product is all about. And the new Phanteks NV5, I was skeptical initially, but man, this thing is a rock star. Phanteks basically pulled a Phanteks from 10 years ago by reducing the price, being extremely aggressive and competitive in the market. So the NV5 was supposed to launch at $129, which is quite steep. considering it has no fans, but it's still very beautiful, elegant enclosure. Not the fish tank, it's more of a traditional interior layout, but we'll talk about some of the drawbacks and some of the incredibly impressive improvements as well for this type of mid-tower category. And so the final price is $99, and some of you may say, well, why don't I just spend $40 more to get the Lian Li O11 Dynamic Evo, which brings you so many options, but on the opposite side of that coin, Michael, his favorite saying, on the flip side of the coin, the flip side of the coin.
But on the flip side of that coin,
On the flip side of that. So on the flip side
of that coin,
I actually appreciate the simplicity that goes behind something like the NV5, giving you very traditional mid-tower building assembly, but without any major hiccups, you know? Some of those hiccups carry over from the bigger NV7, so like there's no 140mm fan support anywhere on the enclosure. So 120s only on the side, in front of the power supply shroud, the top and the back as well. But man, is this a sharp looking enclosure. From a lemon to a potato, how many fruits would you give it? I give this a full 5 potato on my scale. What is 5 potato? It's a proper meal, that's what it is. So the glass corner is beautiful, there's no frame there, revealing all your components in a proper way. Very much like a dual chamber would, but this isn't one. All the panel gaps are fine, the finish is nice and smooth, although I feel like not many people would like the triangular feet at the bottom. It fits the larger cases, the NV7, because it gives you additional airflow from the bottom, but here it's a very compact case. I get that they have to continue with the design ID compared to something like the 4000D from Corsair and my Fractal design. It's a proper compact mid-tower, you know? So having that triangle at the bottom feels kind of weird. This is the last time you're spending money on the power supply. Why? Because this is for a lifetime with all possible upgrades. Why? Be quiet and enjoy the Dark Power Pro 13. Why? With their signature aluminum case and Silent Wings fan, individually sleeved cables with cable combs for that first-class experience, with 2 PCIe 5.0 600 watt 12 volt high power cables. Now that's intimidating. 80 plus titanium efficiency and overclocking key. So truly a power supply for now and beyond. Now the interior is very interesting because it's almost like a hybrid between a dual chamber interior versus our traditional mid-tower of this size. So first of all, the power supply does not extend all the way to the front. Here it's kind of cut off to allow for that side ventilation and an additional bar intake fan over here for your GPU and for your internals. And this thing will only support 120mm fans, 8 of them. So you can do a 360 on the side, 360 at the top, 120 for rear, and 120 for that bottom. Additional intake. EATX motherboard support, of course, is available, and because we have this unrestricted area all the way up to the front, you can do 440 length GPUs with 170mm in height, so basically anything in the market should fit here. Interestingly, Fantex pre-routes these I/O cables to exit from the bottom of the motherboard, so for some of them it's fine, like your audio, but for USBs and everything I had to reroute from these square rubber grommets that actually do a pretty decent job. And now some interesting features about this interior. We have a built-in GPU bracket with two-way adjustment with padding, and you can remove one of the thumb screws at the bottom for additional vertical movement. It supports the GPU and it's not too intrusive. At the back you can see there's a combined PCIe cover that spans 3 slots, so theoretically better for airflow underneath the GPU, but mainly this is a visual benefit. The bottom dust filter is absolutely massive. You can slide it out from the front or the back, which is considered, but your main intake is very likely going to be on the side, and that metal mesh is really good for airflow, but for long-term dust accumulation, you will have to clean the case. I have always appreciated their direction with integrated case lighting, and here is no different. So we have the shroud gating illuminated and accentuated by this RGB, so really good looking profile and color options that sync so well with everything else that Fantex makes. So DRGB is built into the I/O, so you can change modes and colors, although you see how close those USB ports are, and I wish they were slightly a few more millimeters apart, but USB-C is 10 gigabits per second. This tiny rubber piece covers up where the optional lighting accessories would slot in. It is a fairly pricey DLC, but it will definitely elevate the lighting on the exterior and on the interior as well. My only thing is that I'm curious how well it will be received because of its price, and it's like, you know, it's cheaper than the case, but then you add those two together and you're, you know, high up there. Of course, an accessory box is included with your instructions manual. They're definitely leading the way in the manual because this thing is so often overlooked by so many other brands. This is the screw box for the white enclosure. So as you can see, all the screws are silver to match the case, and for the black one, they're all black like usual, but this is a very handy little compartment. The PSU mount is angled, so it just slides into position, and you can remove this front cover to access your cables. In theory, it's a good idea if you want to, let's say, replace a cable without needing to take out the power supply, but if the power supply is fairly short, you're gonna have to go in fairly deep in there, so I think it's be easier just to take the power supply out. But also, an optional screen accessory is coming later as well, so 2 DLCs so far for the MV5, and this one is a fairly unique way to spice up the shroud. I haven't seen a screen on the shroud from a brand yet. You know, it's not a third-party accessory. This is coming from Fantex, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. I do love this tiny flap toe for discrete cable routing for smaller cables. Brilliant. Both the top and the side fan mounts are part of the frame. The impressive thing is when all side panels are removed, there's very little flex on from the top to the bottom, which is really good for confidence of like being able to mount things on the top without needing to put all the panels in place. But the thinner interior pieces do bend quite easily, as you can see. The bottom fan bracket is removable, but keep in mind how close the fan gets to the shroud for pre-routing any cables. Behind the motherboard I/O, we have 2 Velcro straps for simple organization. And behind the motherboard, they've simplified this cover that can be used to hide cables and is actually your only storage option. So 3 hard drives or 4 SSDs. It's actually not bad for not having your dedicated standard drive cage, and it can also be removed if you don't care for it, or if you're committing to motherboard storage only. Now, to the most part, I'm a big fan of plastic channels for cable management, and here they're good once you route everything, but they're way too close to the rubber grommets, so passing the 24-pin cable is absolutely, it's a nightmare scenario. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult to be able to pass a few plastic clips with the cable through the rubber grommet, but it is way too difficult. Although I will say the Velcros are best in class in terms of being able to remove them, route everything, put them back together, and secure everything in place. And in the end, this is definitely going to be my new gaming enclosure. With all the panels closed and enough fans to fill all the spots, the enough fans part is quite important because otherwise it looks kind of empty, but it definitely, in my opinion at least, looks better than the NV7, which is kind of too large for the types of systems that I enjoy building with. You know, simple AIOs, no crazy water cooling, you know, more fans and a nice beefy GPU. For me, it's kind of like the right amount of case for systems that I like to work with, especially if you commit to other Fantex products like the new D30 fans, the new AIO. They all look so good together, from the color uniformity to lighting intensity and accuracy, without the need for any software. And that's a huge part for me personally, because all the built-in effects and the performance of all the lighting stuff that is built into the case, you know, controller for RGB is actually really decent, and I don't need to go into Aurora or MSI, Mystic, whatever in order to configure stuff. Like, I prefer to plug everything into the case I/O for lighting and go from there. Now, as for temperatures, the case does not come with any fans, because the idea, or at least the concept, is that you're supposed to populate in there something that would satisfy your eyes, right? Make it beautiful, make it your own, but still doing my standard temperature testing with 3 additional fans like I've done with the NV7. I mean, it grants identical result to the NV7, so it's not, you know, it's not an airflow performance enclosure. It's supposed to go with some AIO and plenty of fans in there. So that's kind of where we are at in terms of performance. So it's not going to be a chart topper, but I think the idea is to create something that you'd enjoy looking at, and something definitely that is not going to be living on your floor, but on your desk. The biggest issues in my eyes with this enclosure are the plastic cable channels, because they're way too close to the rubber grommets, and so passing any of those cables through is weirdly difficult. Since Fantex is putting their foot down with only supporting 120mm fans, that's gonna receive some criticism. If you have 140mm fans or a 280mm all-in-one cooler, you would have to use something else in here. Now, you have to consider the price of additional fans, I guess, on top of the case price. $99 becomes, somewhere between $50 to $200 depending on how many fans and what type of fans you get, but here are the ones that we would definitely recommend: RGB and non. Many people were expecting a smaller version of the NV7 with the power supply behind the motherboard tray, so everything is on display in the main chamber, and we didn't really get that. It's kind of a hybrid between your standard mid-tower and dual chamber.
Welcome back. two teams are going to fight in a best of 5 to decide which one of these two teams will take home the lion's share of $1 million. First place is $300,000, which is a lot of money.
And yeah, this Beastmaster overall, the tempo has been set from this hero forever since this hero's been inside of Dota, but even more so lately. And let's see what goes down.
I'm aggressive here onto Neposhka. And with the slow, they should have this first blood. Another grenade thrown out. He's got the very far. I bet he wants the first blood. He's not going to end up getting it. Fly will.
Top connection lands on Tartizi. He could be in trouble.
Oh, they've got him with the blood grenade. They're chasing him down. The body blocks here from Mira. Arteezy's refraction's still on cooldown for a couple of seconds, but he's got the meld. He's actually ready to turn. Gets another hit onto Mira. Mira's got the fire spirits out. It doesn't matter. Shopify Rebellion.
Making
two of them.
Fly really wants to try to get Mira. It's close.
Where are you going?
Might just have him.
Got him.
Just goes in under the tech. Collapses also low. Fly. Is he going to be able to step onto the two of them? Made me collapse. Of course, yeah, as you say, beefy with these 2 rings of protection.
There's another meld soon.
Again with the meld hit. I mean, RT's going to have refraction up as well. This should be a kill. It is indeed. Fly's aggression there, setting up for Shopify to get the 2 kills up top. Saberlight could just look to run him down.
They might have him. They should.
I don't think there's any save in this PL. Nobody's going to even TP down and try. There's nothing they can do to help Yatora out in that sort of situation.
An incredible start from Shopify.
Trying to escape Lyle. Saberlight, he's going to set up with the easy kill on him. They want more from Lyle as well. They've got the disruption set up.
What a tornado!
Catch him perfectly at the end of the disruption into the cold snap. Shopify, they're turning up. And they're in this game 1, 3K lead. They're trying for something.
Malu hal yang mayakan. Oh no. Senyala lelah aku menahan demi keutuhan cinta kita berdua. Rindiani kekasihku sayang. Kepala otak dia damage je. Kekasihku sayang, dari sisiku. Yeah, I don't mind if I get a hand. Oh, almost. Oh my god. Ya Toro, so good. Here without you, baby. Memang Team Spirit deserve the win lah. Dream about you all the time. Here without you, baby. You're still with me in my dreams. Hi, girl. You and me, everything I know. Just the one and lonely mind. Think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time. Here without you, baby. Okay. Nah. Come on, we need it. That is all in motion, that is all devotion. Be good, be good, it's all good. Leave the rain. Lord, we gotta keep the faith. Oh, ambitieux! No! Okay, just give me a hand doing. No. Whoa. There's nothing good, man. Kena stop thank you, Nymphy. Thank you. How was your day, by the way? Dikawatika. What do you mean by a club? Like a sandwich or something? It's my first time hearing a club. Or like because the only club that I know is football team or an association. I see. Yeah, I miss. Also, you're still in high school, I believe. Damn, I miss that time though. I miss it honestly. Time goes so fast. We don't even realize. It's 4 to anyway, do you get anything good for the Grabbing community day? Everybody lives through rain. Lord, they gotta keep the faith. It's too late. By the way, Nymphy, if you do like my content, really helps me a lot, honestly. Do to drop a follow. Want to reach the goal for the month. Basically, I want to reach 300 by the end of this year. Let's see if I get it or not. What the hell is that? Oh, the yellow Charizard. That's all. Yeah, I'm gonna see you. I think I'm gonna take a rest a while.
destroyed.
Lord.